Well, welcome there. This is Seago Strong. I'm gonna show you some very basics of PAC. First of all, what you want to learn is how to open up PAC. On your dark RP server or just a sandbox like this, all you have to do is hold in C. That will bring up your menu, where you have a couple other things like your player model, simple, third view, animation, etc. But we are gonna focus on PAC this time. All you have to do is click this, and it will open up the PAC editor. And in the PAC editor, you can use the mouse, hold in the left click to adjust the angle and such, and then you use the movement keys to move around your character. You can move closer, look really close. Oh, that's I'm looking you in the eye, man. Sorry for that. Well, anyhow, so you move around, repeating again with the movement buttons, and you adjust the view with the left holding in left click and moving your mouse. It's really not that hard. Give me a moment, my freaking fraps is giving me some lag. There we go. Yeah, well, let's see if I can explain a few things. Well, first of all, here is where you're gonna put all your things. You can click, right click, and you will get a couple of options. You can spawn in a model, an entity, modifier, that is a lot of things that is more advanced, to be honest. But we're gonna keep at entities and models for this one. And one thing I always like to do is spawn the entity, the default entity of the pony model. So you can do a couple of things, because this gives you some options. And some things I always fill in on my entity is let's see. Oh yeah, Deaf Ragdoll's parents. If you fill that one in, then it means with all the things you're gonna add on your pony model, it will follow it to the ground and it will not stick in the air. I have seen so many people they have this most wonderful PAC, but then when they die, the PAC just stays in the freaking air and looks very odd, to be honest. Another thing you can do if you want to, you can also turn off weapons the fist gun and such, so you don't have to look at it. Also quite good if you're actually gonna replace every weapon later on with other models. You're gonna have to have that clicked in there. And other things you can do with entities is adjust your size. You can make yourself really fucking large if you fancy that, or you can make you very small, whatever you fancy. You can even control I think, yeah, this is thickness. You can make yourself a fucking retard. Jeez, what is that? Ugh, the stressiness. Yeah, you can adjust thickness, length on that axis, and length on that axis. Very good to know. Very good to know. Oh, probably should fill that in with a 1. There we go. But that's some basics of entities that I suggest people know about. That would be nice if everybody would know about that Dev Ragdoll thing, to be honest, because it would look a lot better when you actually die, so you don't have a lot of things floating in the air. Yeah, and you can also change player models here if you want to, but I'm gonna leave that for another time. But yeah, now we have our entity spawned, so we can spawn in a model and fiddle about with it. Because that's what you all want. You want to have a model and have a hat or something, yeah, a hat. Well then, first of all, you're gonna be spawning in this ball. And if for example it's gonna be a hat, on the pony model in specific, you're gonna want to have it attached to rig skull. That means it's gonna follow the skull around wherever it is. And don't mind the freaking ball being in his face. We're gonna adjust it later when we have picked the model for what we're gonna have on our head. And how you pick the model you want to have, whatever hat or whatever item you want, you're gonna have to go in here. First of all, find a hat. Actually, I'm just gonna like freaking search something. I can be bored to look something up. Oh, like yeah, like a fine chef hat. That's gonna be great. And it's a Team Fortress item. It's good to know this, that they are like a little bit iffy. You always have to turn them around a little bit. Like using this axis. If you click in the middle here, you can like adjust the angle. And if you click up here, you adjust the up and down. You can also fiddle about with the positioning with the numbers here too. Like you can slide that up and down. You can slide this up and down. And slide that. Or you can like input a specific number, like 90 degrees for example, if you want that. But we're gonna leave that at 0 and such. And all I'm gonna do is, well, using what I told you before with using the move keys to move around, and the left mouse button to like get an angle, like just do like this and until you're happy with it, happy with the positioning. Like, I believe that's fairly good. Yeah, that's nice. And there we got a hat. A nice little chef hat. He can be a chef. However, it's a little bit tiny maybe, so what you can do is, yeah, you know, as we were doing on entities before, like adjusting the size and such, you can do that too with models. And you can do that until, well, you feel happy with how it looks. Like that, I suppose. Would be nice. And without going outside the editor, you can hide the editor for a moment. And you can like walk around and look at yourself. Oh, it's very good to preview, because then you see things like that. Like you see, I can see underneath my hat I haven't positioned it right. So I will go back into editor, and you do that with the Ctrl E. Yes. Whatever you call it. That's what I call it. Because I'm a freaking Swedish and I don't know how to say specific words, so it's the same. So I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit more. Gonna be like, I think yeah, that's fairly good, I suppose. Maybe a little bit towards that. There's a lot of fiddling about until you're happy with the results. That's with all things nice. You have to fiddle about until it's like all nice. And there we have it. We have a wonderful little chef hat on our pony. And well, if you people want more descriptions, well, tell me. I'm happy to help any pony, like, with whatever I know. I know a few things, but, well, to point. This was the very basic of packing, with using packs. Very basic stuff. Spawning in a model, putting it on your pony model, and entities that gives you control over your pony model, so you can modify certain statistics and data and such. So I think you're all good for the very basic things. So I hope this will be of help to you. And this has been Sieg Strong, signing off.